A happy new year to everybody. 2021 has come and gone. We're now into 2022. I'd like to look back on everything what happened with the training and the racing in 2021. It's been a 2-year gap since we last did the review of the year. We've not really much to talk about last year with a lot of races postponed due to the COVID crisis. So, but it all ended up being a hectic year with all the postponements from last year being moved into this year, and it's been an amazing year with much to talk about this New Year's Day. I hope you've all enjoyed the festive season. I've been out Christmas Day doing the park run, and also New Year's Day. Was hoping to bring some good news to you all on this episode. I was hoping to go down to do the South Manchester Park Run. First time I've done this course. It's nice to go down there because my dad's just round the corner, so I'll go down and see him as well. And you know, I was hoping to get the PB on New Year's Day. Didn't have a drink last night. Attempted to go to bed about 11 o'clock, but not much chance with all the fireworks going off until midnight. So got down there today and just shy of the PB, 2 seconds off. You know, it is what it is. Did my best as always, and that no such thing as a fun run. You know, to me, it's doing my best. And the park run, it depends how you want to perceive it. If you want to look at it as a fun run, you don't even train for it, turn up and have a bit of fun, run around with your dog or push the baby on the pram. But to me, I'm training for it like it's the Olympic final, as I do with everything. Try and stay in shape week in, week out. Never have a week off, barely a day off. You know, always watching what I eat. I enjoy doing it. I make a lot of sacrifices, but you know, the sacrifices, the pain is short-lived, but the victory and the rewards are permanent in history. You know, so went down this morning, just 2 seconds off, 20:25 finished in. Never want to look for excuses, because you ain't gonna go out there every time you're going to go for a run outside. You're not going to get perfect conditions. There's always going to be something. Either there's been a bit of rain, it's a bit windy, it's too hot, too cold, and people go and say, "Oh, it was this and that." You just do your best. You'll get a day where you're feeling great, and that those conditions will be, you know, not too bad, and you'll get your PB. You can only do your best. 2 seconds off. Enjoyed it. Just appreciate being able to do it. You know, in a strange kind of way, going without things during the COVID crisis makes you appreciate, you know, your luxuries in life, the things what you went without. Whether you like going to the pub and having a drink, or you like to keep fit and going to the gym. When everyone went without those things, when they were finally given back to us, you appreciate them more, and you should do anyway. Because those who have nothing appreciate everything, and those who have everything appreciate nothing. So if you go without things for a bit, you know, in life, you appreciate them when they're back. But anyway, we'll crack on now. For the first time, I've just made a note of just 3 things what I want to talk about, just then I don't end up at the end of the episode thinking, "Oh, I forgot, you know, wish I'd have said that," because I can't. I've got to be fluent in the, you know, the talking. I can't be stopping and thinking, "Oh, what am I going to say next?" It's not like if you're having a conversation with someone and you'll be listening to what they're saying, but also you're prepared for what you're going to say in response. So I'll just ramble on, you know, and see what you make of it, like, you know. But I'm also, in a few minutes time, I'm going to be cooking me tea. I promised people I'd do this today. I'm going to be cooking something nice just in a few moments' time, trying to carry on talking as I'm cooking. But just what the big thing, obviously, it was such a shame in 2020 when I paid at the end of 2019 for my Spartan Trifecta pass to do the 3 races what you get for the price, for the whole lot to be put back to this, not this year, obviously, in 2022 to last year, 2021, So completed my first trifecta. It's not a given, like whereas in a running race, unless you drop down, collapse, you're going to finish it and get your medal. You've got to complete the course, with the obstacles along the way to get your medal. So just to complete the trifecta was a dream come true, and I've actually got the trifecta. Just wait a minute. If you just hold on there, just stay tuned in. I've just left me trifecta medal upstairs, so I'm just going to run up quick. Hang on, Steph. What? Would you just go up and get me trifecta medal for me, please?
No, I'm on my game.
Well, please. I'm doing a live broadcast here.
Go for it yourself.
Well, yeah, but I'm filming live, aren't I?
Piss off.
Steph, you've sworn again. I've said last time, right? When you swore that time, don't swear. I'm filming live. Right, please, everybody, just stay tuned in. I'm just going to run upstairs quick and get me trifecta medal. See, I'm back now. Wasn't too long. Just quick up. I knew exactly where it was. So keep it by the bed. Just know it's safe. I like to look at it in the night and things, But that's me trifecta medal, which is, I'm just going to gently take it apart, like. There's the back. So what if you do? Each time you do one, you get a slice. So that's the shortest distance, the sprint, which is 5k, 20 obstacles, and that just goes in there like that. And then the second furthest distance is the Spartan Super, which is 10k, 25 obstacles. Well, I'll just go back. So the Spartan Sprint I did in London South East. I actually did that last out of the 3. That finished. Well, just how it turned out, I ended up. There's 3 categories. You've got 3 categories in the Spartan race. You've got the elite heats, which is the majority of the elite pros, some of the best athletes in the world. And a lot of them, they're doing it for a living, and they've got sponsorships, and they're earning the big prize money on offer. So I ended up doing one in that, really by default, because I shouldn't have been in it, because when I signed up in 2019, you couldn't, you didn't need a code, you didn't need to qualify, but rightly so, I think you now need to qualify for the elite by getting a top 5 in your age group category, and then you've got the option of going racing with the elite. So I ended up doing the and then I did one in my age group. Turned 40 last year. Very proud to be 40, and very much in my prime. And that, physically, not lost any of my hair neither. I always have it shaved up with size like that since I was a teenager, and that, I've still got all my hair and that. Not doing bad. I got a couple, bit of lines around my eyes a bit and that, but worked hard all my life as well, But apart from that, looks wise, physically, me running and what I'm lifting and that, because I'm a hybrid, 50-50 between running and lifting. I'm in my prime and see if I can maintain it. The plan is see if I can maintain it to 250. That's the goal. See if I can. And if I can, I'll be racing with my age group as in a Spartan, and should be right up there hopefully. Because the more races I do, the more experience I've got on the obstacles. So that was the sprint I did in London. I was in the open heat in that because I had dropped out of the elite heat what I was supposed to be in because I didn't have a code. So they took me out of that. I finished 87th out of 1,285. So I was very happy with that. Right? And then in Leicester, this was in Leicester, I did the Spartan Super. This is 10k, 25 obstacles. And in that one, I was in my age group, which is what I want to be looking at being, competitive in from here on in. And I don't want to be racing. If you're racing in the forget the elite, the pros are some of the best in the world. And I've got to work 40 hours in a warehouse for a living, and that, but those who are doing that are very, very good for the sport because they've made it, they've made it OCR, with Spartan being the biggest brand in OCR, by far, the biggest thing in OCR, and that, made it even with a good chance that it's going to be an Olympic sport by the next Olympics. So, and then I'm going to be racing my age group, what will be the best I can in the country for my age. That's the plan. The goal, what I really want to achieve. So I'm 40 to 44 age group category from next year. So I was in the Spartan Super in my age group. I finished 22nd out of 40, I think it was 40 something, about in the middle. But the problem was, as I said on my previous video when I did about the Spartan Super in the Midlands, girlfriend's battery got on the phone. She had to do another COVID test. I waited with her because I needed to hold my stuff, and we ended up missing the start. Everyone had gone into the distance. Didn't think this would matter as it's chip times, but then lost my chip timing, which can happen in an obstacle course race because you can knock into things obviously, and that came off somewhere, so they had to put me in manually. So therefore, me 2-3 minutes I lost at the start came into effect. I couldn't say, I was late. Anybody could say they were late, and that there was no proof. So it was just a learning curve. The whole experience was the first year, complete the trifecta, and this was in Scotland. Good friend of mine who I work with, very good friend, Dean Bell. Dean Bell came with me. If you're watching, Dean, thanks for that. He came, supported me. But he was there. I couldn't expect him to come down to the race. We started at 7 in the morning and he stand there by himself for 3 hours. But he was there. We had a nice weekend up in Scotland. So that's the one what I was in the elite. I think they didn't realise that I wasn't by right supposed to be in the elite, and didn't take me out of it. So I ended up being, there was only 15 of us. I beat one of them, was 14th, and that, they blew me away, to be honest. The top ones, what were in it? Luke De Benedictus, Scotty Parker, and a lot. Some of the best, not just in the country, but some of the up there with best in Europe, if not the world. Some of them boys, Jonathan Alban being the best in the UK, Spartan obstacle course racer, and Ryan Atkins is the current world champion. He's just won his world championships over in Abu Dhabi with John Alban finishing in 3rd. But I'm really proud of that. And this is that's me Scotland sprint one. sprint. See, Spartan sprint. Spartan sprint. Sorry, not Scotland sprint. Spartan sprint. What I did in London. That's the 10k super. What I did. Really nice medal with very nice ribbon as well. Quite good chunky medal. That was in the Midlands in Leicester, Market Harborough. Same destinations I did my first Hurricane the previous year as well. But that's the one who's from Scotland. And Scotland. That was the hardest one because it was the longest. So it was half marathon with 30 obstacles. That was nothing but hills, up and down hills, mostly tough terrain as well to go with it. I'd say that was tougher physically, definitely than even when I ran a marathon, because nothing against anybody who's run a marathon, by the way, massive, tremendous achievement, but when you think to do a half marathon with nothing but hills and having to carry every obstacles along the way, it's brutal, but that's what I like about it, So anyway, just looking at my notes now, just out there, don't slip up. Just what I'm not going to go on too much longer now because I'm going to get on with the cooking. But next year I'll be doing hopefully complete the trifecta again, and there's just the first one I'll be down in London in May. Gonna do them in the order, do the easiest first, the hardest last. So I'll be down in London in May, up to Market Harborough again in Leicester. No, sorry, let me get it right. In June, going for the first time to Brecon Beacons in Wales to do this 10k super. Can't wait for that. First time to do that one. And then going to be doing in July, Leicester for the third time. Been down to there to do the half marathon. Beast going to do that last. And if we get one top 10 finish in my age group category, it'll qualify me for the Spartan European Championships in October next year. It was in Switzerland this year. It's in the UK, this year coming up. So I won't even need a passport, which I haven't got. So it's going to be that'll be a dream come true if I can just qualify, get the one top 10, and I'll be there and then they use a roll down system as well. So say for example someone in the top 10's already qualified, then 11th position will get you in. Or if 2 have qualified, in 12th will get you in, and so on. So really looking forward to it all. I'll just, before I finish about the Spartan, just going to talk about some of the obstacles. Hope you can hear me if I sit back here, just relax at the back. Some of the obstacles. I'll move back forward in case you can't hear me and that. Shouldn't be getting lazy, relaxing back there. With the obstacles, basically you got to get it done as fast as you can, and that. So you've got to be a good endurance runner, but you've got to have the physical strength to do the obstacles. So it just suits me training down to a T, because I try and get the perfect balance of like I do middle distance running on the treadmill in the gym, but outdoors, distance running. Those cover the 3 distances what I do race, so 5k, 10k, and 21k. Half marathon. So you've got to be a good distance runner, but you've also got to be as strong as you can. Especially you've got 2 types of strength. You've got absolute strength, which is where your weight isn't relevant. It's just what you can lift regardless of your weight, what you can lift off the ground. For example, so in a race, say in the Spartan race, so for example, the Atlas stones would be one, where you're using absolute strength. the sandbag carry, bucket carry, anything where you're carrying, and that, you know, and then whereas the relative strength is your strength in, you know, comparison with to your, in relation to your body weight, where you're just carrying your body weight, and that. So like so things like anything where you're going off air, where your feet are off the ground basically. So any of the monkey bars, the rings, you know, they've all got different names and that, you know, ape hanger and that. The rope climb to a certain extent, but the rope climb has got, you know, technique, good technique with it as well, and that, you know, and then so also the Hercules hoist, probably what I found the toughest, and that, to get the heavy sandbag up to the top, like to pull it, like you know, you need a lot of strength, absolute strength for that. So whereas say a ninja warrior type, it'd be no good in the Spartan race. It'd be great going off air, but it can't lift anything, you know, heavy off the ground. If he's just weighing, you know, 60 kilo wet through, and he's, you know, he's great carrying his own body weight and that, swinging across things. But you've also need a certain amount of muscle mass without having too much muscle mass, which is what I try and train for. Whereas I'm not a big man. I'm not a big man. It's just, you know, take the t-shirt off just so you know physique. I'm weighing about, you know, 160 kilo. I'm about 11.5 stone. Like that. So I've got, you know, a certain amount of muscle mass, but not too much muscle. I'm just strong where I need to be, and that, you know. You know, strong biceps and that, you know, strong shoulders and that, you know, strong chest. You know, did a lot of benching and that over here, that little trick there, left and right. That, you know, work on my core and that. You know, so just you know, you've got to be a jack of all trades, a bit of everything, like, you know, strong legs as well. I won't take my trousers off because I don't want to get thrown off the channel and that, you know. So you know, so much to look forward to for the rest of the year. So we're going to get on with the cooking now. Right. So I've just put the camera. Everybody's been, you know, in suspense what I'm going to be cooking. So we're just going to put the camera about here, where you can see the cooker, like, and then see me as well, like, and then just going to boil the kettle first, because I need to boil the kettle. And then, because really, if you could just hold up a minute, and then I'll be back in a few seconds in case you can't hear me. So we're just boiling the kettle now. I'm going to boil this, and then just while the kettle's boiling. So, you know, if you're going to train, you've got to look after yourself. You've got to, you know, there's 3 things what you need to do, really. You know, there's the training, but then there's also, as well as the training, there's your diet, your nutrition, and then the 3rd thing is your rest and recovery. Muscles don't grow in the gym; you grow when you're repairing, when you're resting, and that's when you'll grow. And the best thing you can do to grow is go to sleep. So I looked into, you know, the importance of sleep. And that when you're asleep, your body will release, you know, HGH, human growth hormone, which will help. Basically, when you're asleep, everything gets rammed up. Like, you know, it's like putting your phone on charge. The longer you charge it, the more power it's going to last. And that, the same as when you go to sleep, like, everything getting rammed up, even your liver, your kidneys and that, then are getting, you know, your immune system is all getting rammed up, you know, so you have less chance of getting ill. Sleep is the best thing you can do, as long, you know, along with, you know, good diet and nutrition. And then if you're training a lot, you go to sleep as soon as you hit the pillow. You don't have any trouble sleeping because you've tired your body out and that. So exercise, you know, that if you've not done nothing all day, you're not going to sleep very well. Yeah, so you know, I always make sure I sleep well. And that, you know, so because it helps me go and train every day like I do. You know, I very rarely have a day off. There's a saying, train, eat, sleep, repeat, and it's true. And that's what you've got to live by. And that's all. I'll make sure after say it's a day off from work and like gym or long run in the morning, and that then as soon as I've had my dinner, good dinner, no healthy dinner, then I'm exhausted. As soon as I'll just go to sleep for, you know, not for too long. I'm lucky that I don't go to sleep for, you know, for too long. 30 minutes, even, you know, 20-30 minutes give you a boost. You know, you don't want to sleep for if you sleep for too long, you'll go into REM, rapid eye movement, and you'll feel groggy then when you wake up. You just need a quick power nap and that, recharge yourself, and then you're ready to go again. Then, depending on your lifestyle, you can't always do this, obviously, and that, you know, depending on, you know, where you're living or different factors in your life and that, you know, looking after people, whatever, and that, you know. But always try and make sure I have my sleep if I can prioritise it and that. You know, I won't have a lot of sleep at night because I'll have a little nap in the day, you know, 20-30 minutes, then I'll have about 6 to 7 hours at night. And that, and obviously with the diet, the nutrition, it's very tricky what I'm training for because I need plenty of protein to build and repair the muscle. You know, but also I can't have too much. You know, I can't overdo it, like, you know.